confession to make. This is my first time to talk about it in a public setting. I had this feeling that I was worthless. I am nothing because of what happened to me. I really had to go through a lot of forgiveness. Always be in a state of gratitude. When you are in a state of gratitude, you can ask for anything and it comes. Love really works. And if you are able to do that, watch how magical the world can become.
Hi everyone! Welcome to Women Powered Stories, where women are making difference. And today's guest is a very good mentor of mine. I know her way back in my college years in UP Mindanao, and she's been a lawyer for 30 years, and she's a partner and litigation lawyer of Tolentino law firm here in Davao City. But aside from that, she's for me a superwoman, very interesting and amazing woman. She's been a crystal Pranic healer and an Arhatic Yogi, and at the same time a facilitator of Ekipono. And she'll be telling her story on her transformation and overcoming anything in her life. So everybody, please help me in welcoming Atty. Dinah Tolentino-Fuentes. Hello, Mami D.
Hello.
Good day.
It's good to see you, Mary Rose. Hello.
How are you in the time of COVID?
The time of COVID, at least it's not cholera.
Yeah, love in the time of cholera.
Okay,
So
Joe.
how are you
doing? Are you asking about today or about my life in general?
Today and your life in general. But your life in general, we'll be talking about that. That's our highlight.
Today, I'm good. I'm great.
Yeah, you look fabulous. You look
Thank
great. You look pretty.
Just like you.
Thank you.
Okay, yes.
Alright, okay, so I'm very interested to know more about your story from becoming a lawyer and how you overcome the struggle, how you transform yourself, and how did you surpass all the challenges and become a strong woman and amazing one as you are right now.
I have a confession to make. This is my first time to talk about it in a public setting. So this is a breakthrough for me. I was a rape victim when I was already a lawyer. I broke up with my boyfriend and he raped me. And it took me more than 20 years to get over it, almost 20 years to get over it. And I was only able to get over it when I attended these transformation workshops where I was made to look inside myself. But I really had to go through a lot of forgiveness, where I had to forgive him for what he did to me. But I also had to forgive myself first. When you're a rape victim, you have this muddle of guilt, shame, feeling of worthlessness, feeling of helplessness, and it stays with you because rape is not sex, it's power. And it's a man saying, I have power over you, and no matter what you do, I will get my way with you. And since it's a power thing, everything that you see, and when women are invaded in such a private place, it's their very yung buong katauhan nila ang mayuyurakan. Your whole being is stepped on. It says normal things. What happened here is the rape happened the night before. I had 3 cases. The following day I had 3 cases. If I did not have those 3 cases, I think I would have gone crazy. It's just a good thing I had good friends who stayed by me. If not, I think I would be crazy. All those things you hear about rape victims, about them crying in the shower and trying to rub themselves raw because they feel that they cannot get clean enough. Crying in the corner. All these things are true. And so, me a while to really find my way again. For a while, after that, I became promiscuous because when you get raped, two things happen. Either you become promiscuous or you become a man-hater. And so, I determined that after the rape, I did not want to become a man-hater. And so, I met with my rapist, I think 3 days after the rape, just to talk with him. And after that, it was only him I hated, not men in general. And because of that, I became promiscuous. And my life really was, what would you call it? My life is very interesting. And so because of that, I did not tell my parents, I did not tell my family about what happened to me. Because if I would tell them, I knew they would try to get back at the man. And perhaps not by legal means. And so I said, I'll just, I'll keep it to myself. I destroyed all the evidence, but I did go to a doctor, and the doctor confirmed that I was really raped. Fast forward 19 years. After 19 years, I was thinking, why is my life like this anymore? So I attended seminars to help me. And one of the things you do in the third part of it's a trilogy seminar. The last seminar is a 60-day coaching seminar. And one of the things they do is they make you go through this forgiveness exercise where you try to find closure with the people who hurt you and the people you hurt. And I was able to find the guy. For 19 years, I did not find him. I did not know where he was. And it only took me 15 minutes to find him. The universe really conspired. And when I found him, because the seminar is in Manila, when I came back here, I talked to him, and I felt the song, I Believe I Can Fly, it was like I had wings and it was only my body keeping me on this earth. I felt so free and so light. I forgave him, he asked forgiveness, and I felt so light, and I could do anything. I felt I could do anything. And because of that forgiveness, I slowly have been able to recover. But because I am a lawyer, while I did not forgive, I couldn't handle the cases. It would give me flashbacks. And I did not want to go to the dark place. But now, I'm free. And I would like to tell my story to other world. Snow, you're not at fault. It's not your fault, it never is. Because no is no. And once you say no, if it remains no, it cannot become a yes. So I think I'm ready to say to the world what happened to me. From 1989, 2009. It took me 31 years to talk about it.
It's such a powerful confession. Thank you. And I think the next question is I want to, if it's alright, I want to bring you back to
Sure.
After this happen, how did this affect your relationship with other people around you, especially at the working place? Did this change your behavior? And after the transformation, what happened? Like after the breakthrough that you forgave your ex-boyfriend, what happened? Was there any major transformation on your behavior, on how you deal with other people?
Yes.
So
Yes, there was. After the rape, because you have this feeling that you are worthless, I had this feeling that I was worthless. I am nothing because of what happened to me. And so you tend to compensate. And you tend to project it onto other people. And belief systems, negative belief systems, like the belief system of not being worthy, it works in funny ways. What happened there was I became a perfectionist. I became really arrogant. I became full of pride. I felt I was entitled. And so I would treat my staff in a negative way. To the point that when my eyebrows would go like this, all the secretaries would start pushing themselves. You go inside. If I call them, you go inside. No, 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 you. And nobody wanted to talk to me or be there in the same room I was. And I was really not a good person then. I would say 4-letter words. Oh, wow, yeah. But after I took that seminar in 2008, that was really my breakthrough. I realized that I should be kind on myself, that I should love myself more, and that I am worthy, that I am enough. And because I gave myself the freedom to feel that, I also found the freedom to let others feel that way. And because I did it, my secretary, after I attended the second seminar, not even the third, when I arrived, she said, "Mom, you've changed." And that was only a 4-day seminar. "Mom, you've changed." And I apologized to her for everything that I had done to her, for all the hurt I caused her. So right now, the things that I'm doing now, being a Pranic crystal healer and Arhatic Yoga, it has helped in a way by making me an even better person. I'm not trying to be a saint, God knows, I'm far from it, but I try to be better. I try to think only of the good surrounding people. And yes, I hope it has made me a more humane person, a better employer, a better mother, a better spouse, a better leader in organizations, and a better follower.
That's so great. And I met you again in the Pranic Center.
Yes.
And I was surprised to see you there and happy at the same time when we reconnected.
Yes.
So, aside from being the Pranic crystal healer and an Arhatic Yogi, you are also an advocate of putting technology in the right place.
Yes.
Right? You spoke last year in the Women Night
Yes.
about this, so maybe perhaps you can tell us more about that.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. As a Pranic healer, we have what we call super brain yoga. This helps persons with autism, ADHD people who are already suffering from Alzheimer's or forgetfulness. And this helps, in simple terms, it helps lateralize the brain. The right brain and the left brain move at different rates because sometimes we use our right brain more or sometimes we use our left brain more. And when we do this simple exercise, we equalize the brains so that you use both of them more, so you harness them properly. And what we found out is that people with autism become calmer, they are able to articulate more, they become more peaceful, less violent. And for those with Alzheimer's, it helps with memory. I do this exercise every day because I'm no longer young, so to help me keep my memory. So what happened is, along the way, when we were developing this seminar, we found out that one of the things that really affects memory is technology. 3G, 4G, 5G. And we were already finding cases when people would come to our pranic healing clinics and try to be healed because of too much using of technology. There is no such a thing as gaming disorders and screen disorders, and these are already categorized as psychological disorders. So what we're trying to say is that 3G, 4G, and 5G are not good for us. We have our own electrical system, electromagnetic system, and Wi-Fi, the internet, interferes with this system of ours. But I'm not saying we should stop because this is here. What I am suggesting, advocating, is the intelligent use of technology. After using what I do is, after using my Wi-Fi, I put it off. I don't use Spotify because that means that the Wi-Fi is around me. When I sleep, I put my phone on airplane mode. Why? I don't need to be connected all the time. I need my sleep. And the one thing that 5G, 3G, 4G interferes with is your sleep, especially the blue light. So be very careful of that. And kids, we learned that kids, before you should let them hold cell phones, they should be at least 5 years old because of their softer bones. There are many studies on the internet. I suggest you look them up. But I am really, really thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to say, please look at all the evidence, all the data. Because they say that using cell phones, the cell phone mobile technology can cause cancer. So just be intelligent and use it wisely.
Yes, well, thank you for sharing that information.
Thank you too.
Yeah. I've also learned that I use a lot of like.
And please, when
I
you
wake
sleep,
up and I sleep.
don't sleep with your cell
Mobile
phones
phone.
here, especially not with Wi-Fi. Don't put your cell phones with Wi-Fi on near your internal organs. Keep them away from you. There are things on the internet. I use Orgonite to help me maintain my electromagnetic field without being disrupted by Wi-Fi when I use Wi-Fi. Orgonite, it's a composite of organic and inorganic material, and we did our simple experiments only in pranic healing, and we found that it is really effective in helping us combating the weakening effects of Wi-Fi on our bodies.
And that's why you still look young.
Thank you. That's
Anyways.
because of the Arhatic Yogi lifestyle that I do.
So can you tell us a day in the life of Atty. Dinah Tolentino-Fuentes?
Okay, I wake up at 5, I do my prayers, and then I do my exercises, my purification, and then meditation. And after I finish my meditation, because our Arhatic Yogi meditations really bring down a lot of powerful energy, so we cannot just take a bath right after with cold water. We have to wait at least 1 to 2 hours before taking a bath with cold water. Eat my breakfast, take a bath, and then by 8:30 I'm in court. We have cases at 8:30 in the morning. By 11 o'clock, hopefully we're finished. Then I'm in the office. If I have cases in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, I go again to court, and then come back normally by 3:30 to 4. I entertain clients until 7. But although sometimes I have clients until 9 in the evening, but there are times also I am home by 5 o'clock. When I get home, I seldom watch TV. I prefer to read a book. Right now, I'm reading Getting to Yes, which is a book on negotiation. This is a seminal book on negotiation. And I'm also reading about Astara. This is an esoteric school. Yeah.
Are you ready to share about Astara?
Well,
A little bit.
Astara is a mystical school. It has 8 degrees, and each degree has 22 lessons, about 22 lessons. And they talk about everything about the physical body, about life, how you die, what happens after you die, what we are supposed to be doing in this world, why do we have a central nervous system, why do we have an autonomic nervous system, all these things, and they give reasons for it. So it might be a little esoteric, but for those who are interested, you can just look it up online.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
look that up.
Thank you.
Okay. You are also serving as a board of directors at UP Mindanao Foundation Incorporated, and of course the UP Alumni Association. Perhaps you can also share to our audience what you are doing right now, the work that we do, and how can we support.
Thank you very much for this. I am just a member of the UP Alumni Association. I'm not a board member there. But for all UP alumni, we really do have a UP Alumni Association here in Davao City, and you can contact Attorney Glenn Cedeño Surilia for that. She's the chairman there now. So in the UP Mindanao Foundation, I'm the president now. And what we do is we have a scholarship program and a research dissemination grant for teachers in UP Mindanao. We put this up a long time ago because we felt we needed to support the teachers so that we can get quality teachers for UP Mindanao. And as you said, you're one of the scholars, and I'm very proud of Mary Rose for where she is now. She, our scholars come from the poorest of the poor. When we visit their homes, you know what happens there. Alam mo yung nasa barong-barong? Barong-barong sa taas ng kanal. And we also check the appliances that they have. And most, if not all, have no appliances. We have, whenever we interview students for the scholarships, there's always one who would cry. There's a horror story I have. One student would say, bumili siya he bought a tin of sardines and he would divide it into 3 for breakfast and lunch and dinner. And that one can of sardines serves him as his meal for one whole day. Another is some of the students even give their scholarship money to their parents to help. That's how poor they are. One of the scholars we have is even ang tatay niya is just a charcoal maker on somebody else's land. So these are all the people that we have helped. And I am so proud to see Mary Rose where she is now, a woman of power, empowering other women.
Thank you, and thank you, I. And of course, you're one of my inspiration, and thank you for being one of my mentors. And so, I want you to share to our audience, especially to our women, the 3 life lessons that you want them to instill in their mind.
The first is we are enough. We hold the world. We are one half of the world. We are the cradle of the world. Children come from us and we nurture them. Do not allow other people to look down on you. And don't, for goodness sake, please don't say, housewife lang ako. That's the hardest job in the world. I do not want to be a housewife. I would prefer to work outside. At least may break ako, may pera ako. Second, always be in a state of gratitude. When you are in a state of gratitude, you can ask for anything and it comes. Sometimes when I vocalize something, it's there. Even before I finish vocalizing it. Like one time I said, oh, how I wish I would want to have a dress that's brown. And lo and behold, after thinking of that, an hour later, somebody gave me a brown dress. There's another time I asked, oh Lord, I need this money. And that exact amount of money, I'm not talking about 4 figures, I'm talking about 5, 6 figures. That amount of money came to me. And it did not take me a day to get it. After I just thought about having it. So when you're in a state of gratitude, you're grateful for everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when you're grateful for everything, because they give you lessons, just like my rape was a lesson for me in being stronger than I am in it, and a lesson in how to forgive. Everything will come to you, the universe will give it to you. And the third is, love really works. When you're in a state of gratitude, and you're coupling that with love, not just love for your boyfriend or your husband or your family, but love for people just because they are people. It really works. When you look for similarities, not the differences, when you concentrate on the similarities of people, not the differences, you build bridges. And when you build bridges, the world will magically open up to you. Why? Because then you see the other person not as other, but as part of yourself. Because you're looking at similarities. And I think that is one of the concepts of love that I have had now. I don't know if this will work for you in your life now, but you can try to think about it. And if you are able to do that, watch how magical the world can become.
Oh, it's so thank you so much for that. So let me summarize. We are enough. We are stronger than we think we are. Always be in a state of gratitude and look for similarities because love works. Thank you so much. Thank you. So everybody, thank you for staying tuned with us. Look forward to more sessions and more episodes of Women Powered Stories. Watch out for the next episode and have a great week.